Hey guys, it's Mandy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm so excited to be doing a brutally honest review of the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. This palette did just launch. It is very hyped up. I'm sure you have seen it everywhere. And this is not from a PR box. A lot of you guys wanted me to do a review of the palette that is not in PR, that was not sent to me in PR, because a lot of you seem to think that there may be a difference. I know for a fact for Kylie Cosmetics there are differences between the palettes or the products she sends out in PR and the ones that are shipped from her factory, wherever that is. So this is not PR. We're gonna see if this is good. We're gonna address the whole Morphe thing in this video, whether this is just a copy of the Morphe O palette. I have those palettes and I also have other Morphe palettes that I want to compare this to. Did Urban Decay just copy Morphe? You'll find out in this video. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. If you are new to my channel, welcome to my channel. Make sure to hit that notification bell because I'm trying to figure out a posting schedule at this point and I need your help in deciding what days to post. So let me know that in the comments. But for now, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video. I always keep it honest here on my channel and I know that's what you guys love about this channel, so make sure to do those two things. And last thing before we jump into the review, make sure to go enter my huge summer giveaway where I'm giving away an iPad and a ton of makeup. This makeup is worth thousands and thousands of dollars and it's the latest and best makeup releases, so make sure to go do that and I'll link to that video down below in the description box. And now let's jump into it. Let's talk about the packaging first. I know some of you guys don't care about this while others do. I'll go over it really quickly. So this is what it looks like. That's the outside of it. The palette slides out like so, and then it has matches right here since the concept of this is heat and fire, and the back has these fiery roses, so that's pretty cute. And here is the palette itself. This palette is better quality than the other Naked palettes in my opinion. It just feels more sturdy and luxurious, and also it's pretty cute. I probably would have designed it differently, but it's solid and it's pretty. So let's look on the inside. So you do get this mirror. Again, the mirror feels very sturdy. I never really use these mirrors because they're too wide to use and not, you know, long enough, but it's good to have that mirror in there. So here are the shadows. I'll obviously show you guys close-ups, and in terms of swatches, I'll be doing swatches of each color with my finger and a brush so you can really see how they work and how they're going to perform on your lid. You can see how each of these will perform on your lid. So obviously these are very warm shades. This purple one looks more warm in certain situations and cooler in other situations, so it really depends on the light, but the rest of them are very warm and I definitely love that for summer. I've been wearing so many oranges. And now let's jump into the swatches of every single color. Okay, let's start off with the lightest shade. This is called Ounce. So I'm going to show you a finger swatch right now and a brush swatch. Now let's get into Chaser. This is really good as an overall lid color. I did use it as an overall lid color over my concealer and it did really well. I liked it. I'm very picky with that. Up next is Sauce, which I put in my crease today, and it's a beautiful transition shade. I really love it. Next is Low Blow, and this is the most stunning camel color. I can't get over how pretty it is. And then we have a shimmer shade. This is Lumber. It's not very glittery. It's almost like a sand. It's very soft and really well refined. So depending on your preference, if you like glittery shadows, this is not for you. It's really well refined and has a really beautiful golden touch to it. I love it. And then we have He Devil. This has to be my favorite matte shade in the palette, and He Devil, really Urban Decay, really, but beautiful color. I'm wearing it right now and it's just amazing. I love it. If you like reds or really warm browns, this is the shade for you. It's very unique. And then we have Dirty Talk. Again, this is a very well refined shade. It's not a thick glittery shade, so depending on your preference, You will either like it or not like it. I know some of you guys like really glittery shades, like thick glittery shades, and some of you guys like very refined shades that are more satin-like. Up next is Scorched, and this is a thicker shimmery shade. So this definitely shows up more than the other shimmery shades. So I actually do prefer this, but I do like the other ones as well. And then after that we have Cayenne, and again, really pretty. I don't like it as much as Heat Devil because it's more on the brown side and I like my reds, but again, it's still really pretty, and this would be really beautiful with low blow. It would be stunning. And then we have Fuego, and really beautiful shade, but I have to say, really patchy on the eyes. I had to wash my entire eye makeup off today when I use this because it blends out in a very difficult manner, and I was using a really good blending brush. So be careful with this one. I think you will get the hang of it and be able to blend it in to your crease nicely. However, it is a purple shade. It's in the realm of the purples, and we all know purple shades are so difficult to produce in a way that isn't patchy and blends out well. I don't know what it is with purples, but we've been through this before with every single brand on the market, Kat Von D, basically the best brands out there, and their purplish shades are always difficult to blend out. So just be careful with this one. Apply it lightly, make sure to dust off your brush and then go in. I picked up a little bit too much and it really would not blend out. Once it's on there, it's kind of on there. It doesn't move around easily, so be careful with that. And then we have Ashes, again, really beautiful. It reminds me of one of the shades in a limited edition Kat Von D palette that I really love. This was easier to blend out than Fuego, which surprised me because Ashes is definitely more purple toned, true purple toned, so that was a little bit weird for me. But again, just be careful with any purples. These, I'm not going to say they're so easy to blend out. They're not. They're purples. Next, the last shade is Ember. Beautiful shade in terms of shimmers. I would say Scorch is my favorite and Ember is my second favorite. Ember is probably the thickest shimmer shade, and it goes on the eyes beautifully. So I don't know why I like Scorched better. I think it's a little bit more unique in terms of an eyeshadow color. And one more thing before we jump into the Morphe palettes, I totally forgot to cover the brush. This palette does come with the brush, and I do like Urban Decay brushes, the brushes that come in their palettes, but I have to say they're not my utmost favorite brushes. They're not bad. You will use them, but they aren't like my favorite blending brushes. So that's just the honest truth. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. In terms of the colors they picked, I have to say absolutely stunning. However, is it the same as the Morphe 35O? We're gonna get there right now. Now let's talk about the Morphe palettes and whether Urban Decay just copied the Morphe palettes, which would be upsetting because I don't know. I feel like a lot of you guys own these Morphe palettes. So here in my hands, I have the Morphe 35OS. This is the shimmery palette. I have the Morphe 35OM. This is the matte palette. And then there's another Morphe 35O palette that is the combination of these two. So in my hands, I basically have the entire series. So I'm not missing any shadows. There's 3 versions of the 35O, and I have every shadow that is in all 3 palettes, unless they changed something since the last time I bought this. If they did, I'm sorry, but I don't think they did. So here's the matte. Let me just open it up. So yeah, the other palette that they have is a combo of both, and again, really pretty. It's so big I can't even fit in the screen. Here it is. Struggling, you guys. Really pretty colors. My hair was blocking it. And then also I have with me the Morphe 35P because I also wanted to discuss this palette. There you go. A lot of purple shades in here. Are these purples good? Are they the same as the purples in here? We're going to talk about it. So I'm going to show you swatches, up close swatches of the shimmer shades that are the most similar from both palettes. So you guys can make your minds up. Maybe you don't agree with me. Maybe you do. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below as you see these swatches. And as I'm talking, I'll show you guys the swatches. In my personal opinion, the shimmer shades are different. Now, hear me out. I think Urban Decay was very careful and made sure to pick shimmer shades that are very unique. I have to say, I haven't seen these shimmer shades, the exact shimmer shades before, and in the world of makeup, we all know companies copy each other, everything turns out to be similar, they use the same factories, they use the same manufacturers, it's all kind of a love fest, but these are different. I wouldn't say Urban Decay copied Morphe in terms of the shimmer shades. Now let's get into the interesting part. Did Urban Decay copy the matte shades from the 35O palette? The 35O palette is one of the most popular palettes out there, so I could see a company being tempted to, you know, just kind of take these out of there. So here are the mattes from the 35O series, and then here's the Urban Decay palette. So in terms of the mattes, I have to say there are some similarities. The only big difference is that this palette does not have purple shades in there. So these two mattes, you definitely can't find anything similar in this palette. But in terms of these over here, these mattes, there are similar shades, and I'm going to show you guys close-ups, and you tell me in the comments if you think it's exact. In terms of He Devil, there isn't an exact replica, but there's definitely shades that come close, and the same thing with Cayenne. So in terms of the mattes, I feel like you have way more similarity. In terms of the shimmers, not really. I feel like the shimmers are pretty unique. Okay, so here is the 35P palette, and I want to see if these two purple shades are in here. Now, and Fuego is definitely not in this palette, so rest assured they did not copy that. Let's get on to Ashes, the purple shade. Now what's interesting with this purple shade is it looks more purple than it goes on. It goes on a lot more brown toned, and I thought that Ashes would be a dupe for this shade right over here because look, they look almost identical, but when they are swatched, they look very different. Ashes is very unique, and it almost comes out like a brown. It's so strange. So it's almost like you mix these two shades right here. If you did that, you would get Ashes. So yeah, very strange, but I love that unique element of that color. Obviously, the Morphe palettes are way less expensive than the Urban Decay palette. I'll do the math. I don't remember exactly how much the Morphe ones are, and I'll put it up here. So yeah, I hope that cleared up the whole controversy with this. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below because I'm so curious. I'm dying to know what you guys think. If you guys think it's worth it to get 3 Morphe palettes or that Urban Decay palette, I want to hear from you. Or if you guys think maybe Urban Decay isn't a dupe for the Morphe one, but maybe there's another palette that I don't know about that is. Also, tell me if you guys want to see any makeup tutorials with this palette. I would be more than happy to do that for you. Do you want to see casual looks or dressy looks? Nighttime looks? Let me know. And that concludes this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was insightful. Make sure to subscribe if you are new here or if you just haven't subscribed yet. Also make sure to hit that notification bell because that is important. And don't forget to enter my huge giveaway. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you soon back here for another video. Bye guys. Love you.